Yes, students, you have to join in again because there were some issues with the previous link. You have to join in again, students. Please do it fast. We are already late by 15 minutes. Please do it fast. There was some problem with the previous link. Okay, I would request all of you. Now the number has increased to 20. I would request all of you that be ready when the link is posted. Immediately get into the link. Don't delay at all. This is my request to all of you. Today, we will have the last class of our discussion on project management. After that, we would move on to the next chapter called work study. Okay, so the last phase of our discussion on project management, thereafter we'll go into work study. And I am seeing that you all have not yet viewed the video that had been recorded in the class. Please do so, because otherwise you will not be able to understand project management properly. There has been only about 40 to 45 views. Please ensure that the entire class looks at the video carefully. Okay, we may start now. Yes. Anyone please say yes? Anyone please say yes? The link has already been sent. Devdut, the link has already been sent. Devdut, the link has already been sent. A second link has been sent. Okay. Now we can start. The first slide is applications of house, shopping center, ships. These are required. So network analysis is Shantanu Datta, you can't listen. It's the last phase of the old chapter, so it is continuation of the previous slide. Testing of new machines. Testing with different types of maintenance. The entire plant is shut down. There, the entire plant is shut down, and the overhaul, the total maintenance is taking. Can't help the network issue. It is going to be there. Okay, so the different type of maintenance, shutdown maintenance, primarily requires a network analysis, a planning, that which kind of maintenance, what maintenance, which part of the plant's maintenance is to be done first, then which one, then R&D, development of new products, processes and systems, development of new products, processes, new products. So whenever something is new is developed, then the entire thing has to be scheduled. The entire thing has to be replanned. Yes, Shubham, Shomratta, there's a network problem, but can't help it. After the video is getting recorded, it will be stored in YouTube. I will share the video link to all of you. Those who have. Okay, after that is inventory planning, production and inventory control, acquisition of spare parts. Spare parts means the parts that you require to operate a machine. That can be a nut and bolt and so on. These spare parts, inventory, planning and controlling of the inventory is required. Management. We are in the last phase of the project management. Okay? All right. And finally, administration and marketing. We see very rarely that network analysis is conducted on administration and marketing because they are not really meant for network analysis, but still some companies do it. So these are the application areas of CPM and PERT. You go to the next slide. It is the very important slide, the most important slide perhaps. It's an important slide for your 15 marks question. What are the difference between PERT and CPM? The first point, CPM is deterministic, PERT is probabilistic. This is the most important point from which all other points evolve. The first point is the most important point from which all other points evolve. CPM is deterministic, that is, for every activity, there is a fixed time. It is not probabilistic. There is no time fluctuation. But PERT is probabilistic. If you remember the class that we have done on network analysis, in PERT, we have had three type of time estimates: TO, TM, and TP. Most optimistic time, most pessimistic time, and most likely time. So TO, TM, and TP. TO plus 4, TM plus TP by 6. The average was the estimated time. So PERT is probabilistic. Now from this, all the other differences evolve. Like exact time is provided in PERT, PERT deals with uncertain time. You can understand this. CPM is for repetitive job. Now repetitive job gives you exact time. Some job that you are repetitively doing will give you an exact time. But PERT deals with non-repetitive tasks which requires, you don't know what kind of time the task will require. You will require to have three type of time estimates. That is why PERT is required for non-repetitive task. CPM is activity oriented. Now in CPM, it is critical path method. In critical path method, there are critical paths, critical activities. So it is activity oriented. The critical activities are double line. Activities are focused more. But PERT is event oriented. Event is denoted by a node, by a circle. So it is event oriented. CPM does not use dummy. In the last class, yesterday, we had talked about dummy activity. CPM does not use dummy activity. PERT uses dummy activity. CPM is used for crashing. Now, if CPM is a critical path method and the critical path is the project duration. Critical path is the project duration. The duration of the critical path is the project duration. Now, if you have to reduce the project duration, crash the project duration, that is, you need to spend lesser money, then you have to crash the critical activities. That is the only possible way out. Non-critical activities, if you crash, there is nothing, no problem will be solved. Your purpose will not be served. So critical path is used for crashing. PERT is not used for crashing. Critical path method CPM does not use statistics. PERT uses statistics. So these are the differences between PERT and CPM. But as I told you, all the differences comes from the first difference. That is CPM is deterministic, PERT is probabilistic. So please study these things at home. For today, this much. I would request all of you to give the assignment to my mail ID. I am going to give you my mail ID in which you will submit the assignment. I have given a question. I will repeat the question. For your assignment, I will repeat the question. Which is the most important difference between PERT and CPM and why? Which is the most important difference between PERT and CPM and why? This is the question. You will reply to this question in my mail ID. The mail ID in which you will reply, I will just after this class, I will mail it to you. The ID in which you will reply. Okay? You will not reply in the ID that is right now I am using. You will not use this ID. This ID is only for YouTube live conversation. I will give you a separate ID. In that ID, you will submit the assignment. And after the assignment is complete, you take the test, take the online test. All right, class? Okay. Thank you. I will share the ID in the chat box. Okay. Sure. I will share the ID in the chat box. See, in the chat box, I have sent you the ID. Format, there is no format. You just write 2-3 lines on the question and send it to me in a Word document. I have written the ID in the chat box. Please take down this ID. And send it to me. All right, class? Thank you. Thank you very much. The assignment has to be submitted right now. Right now. During your class slot. During your class slot. It's just 2-3 lines that you have to write. Okay. Thank you. And take the test. Don't forget the test. That will count your attendance. Don't forget the test. And I have shared tomorrow's PPT also. I have shared tomorrow's PPT also. Please look into that. In your group mail ID, I have sent tomorrow's PPT also. Thank you.